Howdy.
Howdy.
So what's your name?
What's your name?
Officer Chris Graves.
Badge number.
54.
Bob.
So can I ask what you're doing recording around like... So this is my Sally port.
Yeah.
Okay, the court has their own rules. I transport prisoners in and out of this area. So everything you're doing here is a threat to my safety. So I need to know who you are. So I'd like to see your identification.
How am I a threat to your safety?
Okay, I'm not going to ask you again. Can I see your identification,
No, you
please?
cannot. Am I under arrest? Am I being detained?
You're about to be. Now turn off the camera.
I'm about to be arrested.
You are. Can I see
Filming
your
about
ID,
public.
please? This isn't public. This is a
It
secure
is
area.
public. Have you read the friggin' sign? Let's go read the sign, gentlemen.
Let's not.
Yes. Let's read the sign.
All right.
You don't want to read the sign? You don't want to read the sign? Let's go read the sign.
Filming outside of the courthouse. Yes, within itself.
Let's see here.
See,
Let's see here. What's it say?
trooper parking only.
You know how to read? Trooper parking.
All right. Okay,
Trooper parking. I'm not parking.
that's fine.
This video starts with a serious warning, and it quickly becomes clear why. What you're about to watch shows a police officer who doesn't just get the Constitution wrong, but seems to treat it as something in the way. Right from the beginning, the officer sees a man with a camera as a problem. Not because he's doing anything wrong, but simply because he's there, filming in a public place. That alone is enough for the officer to react. The officer quickly asks for identification and wrongly claims the area is off limits, suggesting that normal filming is somehow a risk. It's a familiar tactic. Create concern first, then try to justify it afterward. Basic rights are brushed aside. Freedom of speech is ignored, and protections against unreasonable questioning seem to be forgotten. When the person filming calmly asks simple questions like, "Am I being detained?" or "Am I under arrest?" the officer loses composure. You can hear the tension and see the shift. This isn't about keeping people safe. It comes across as an attempt to control the situation instead.
That one say? Trooper parking.
Okay, what's
That's
your name?
That direction. This one is for this spot. There's no sign saying I can't go in there.
There is not.
No,
So
there's
can I have
not.
your name, please? I'm asking you the lawful order to identify
Lawful
yourself.
order. What have I done?
I'm asking you to
crime-
identify yourself.
What crime have I committed?
Failing to identify yourself. How do I know that you're not
Have I
a...
committed a crime? I don't
I
have to
haven't-
identify myself to you unless I've committed a crime.
Okay, you need to put your hand down right now. All right, I'm asking you to identify yourself.
No,
Are you not
you
identifying
don't-
yourself?
you
Then
don't
let's go.
have-
I'm
Where
asking
am I
you to leave.
going?
I'm
Where am I
I'm
going?
telling you right now, you're
Where am I
about to get
going?
trespassed from the courthouse.
Trespass from
Yes,
outside of
I am
the
telling you that
There's
right
law
now.
that says I can stand
No,
out
there's
here and
not.
film
Do you
this
have a
building.
matter of court? No, you do not.
Yes,
I am not going to argue
The
with you.
law
You have
says
court
I
right
can stand
now.
out here.
Let's go. Are you
need
on the
to
court
calm
calendar?
down. You need to calm
No,
down.
you need to calm down.
You need to calm down. Let me
Then
talk
give
to
me
your
your
supervisor.
identification.
How about that? Let me talk to
Okay,
your supervisor.
absolutely.
You're out of control. You
Sold
need
out
to
in
calm
3, 2.
yourself down. Tell me what to do. You don't have no authority over me. Who do you think you are?
Is there a sergeant in Kenai?
He said, as long as I'm not inside the courthouse. Am I inside the courthouse?
Okay,
Isn't that
do
what
you not
said?
see?
Isn't that what you said?
Do you not understand that walking around this building, videotaping this entire building might raise some alarm?
I own this building. The citizens of this state own this building. It's not your building. You don't have no authority out here unless I'm committing a crime. Am I committing a crime? And if
You know
so,
what?
what crime am I committing? Failure ID? I don't have to ID.
I'm done talking to you.
I don't have to ID to myself
fine.
to you.
I'm done
well, if you're
talking
done
to you.
talking to me, why don't you walk back in there and get out of my face?
No,
How's that?
I have every right to be here that you do. You just
Yeah.
argued that to me.
I have every right.
This is where the situation really starts to fall apart. The officer claims the area is secure, but cannot show any clear rule or sign that actually supports that claim. Instead, he points to signs that only refer to parking for troopers and tries to use that as proof of restricted access. But parking rules are not the same as rules about being present in a public space. The two are being mixed up, and that creates confusion rather than clarity. When asked what law has been broken, the explanation keeps changing. It starts as a warning, then shifts toward accusing the person of not providing identification. But refusing to identify oneself is not automatically a violation unless there is a lawful reason to detain someone, and that hasn't been established here. There is no clear suspicion and no legal basis shown for detention. just growing frustration. The situation escalates further when the officer mentions trespassing on public property, which does not fit the legal reality being discussed. Each new claim weakens the previous one. That what stands out most is how the situation changes when rights are calmly questioned. The more the person understands the rules, the more uncertain the officer's position appears.
So do I. I'm a citizen of Alaska as well.
You're not right now. You're in your official capacity.
I am.
Yeah, which means you don't have any freaking rights.
Okay.
How dare you come out here and talk to me like that?
How dare you come record my video? How would you bring your
I have
attitude?
every right.
Okay,
I
good
am
for
a
you.
journalist gathering content for a story on this building. I
Okay.
have every right to be here and look at the vehicles that we pay for, the building that we pay for, and to check and make sure you guys are taking care of it. You have no authority over me. Who do you think you are? Come out here barking orders at me? Give me your, I don't have to give you my ID. Don't you know the law? Aren't you law enforcement?
This is where the situation takes a troubling turn. The officer suggests that government workers lose their rights while performing their duties, a claim that is simply not correct and raises serious concern. He also acts as if he has control over a public building, overlooking the fact that it belongs to the public and is funded by taxpayers. The citizen calmly reminds him of this basic point. The public owns these spaces. Filming in public, observing what is happening, and reporting on it are all lawful activities. Even so, instead of stepping back, the officer becomes more forceful, giving repeated commands and closing personal space in an attempt to pressure compliance. When asked directly to either make an arrest or end the interaction, the officer does neither. He remains unseen, visibly unsettled and unable to resolve the situation. What stands out here is how quickly things become unstable when authority is challenged with calm knowledge of rights. Without clear legal ground or voluntary compliance, the situation loses direction and control becomes difficult to maintain.
Not how it works, buddy. You're gonna learn today, dude.
Okay.
You're gonna learn today.
All right.
Yeah.
Look forward to it.
You're gonna learn today.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're gonna arrest me, you go ahead and arrest me. I'm not gonna resist.
You
I have
asked
no
for a
weapons
supervisor.
on me.
We're waiting for
I
my
have
supervisor to
I have
arrive.
no weapons on me.
Hey.
I have no ill will, no ill intent. I'm here simply quietly filming.
Waiting for a supervisor.
Yeah,
You
that's
asked for a
great.
supervisor.
Yeah. Threaten me with arrest. You go ahead and arrest me. I haven't done nothing wrong. Nothing. I have every legal reason to be here. I'm threatening you with, I'm a threat because I have a camera? You crazy?
Bill Condon is counter-traffic at SPD.
You need to check yourself, dude. You
Okay.
need to check your attitude.
Okay.
It ain't happening today, dude. I don't know who you think you are, but you have no authority over me. None. Are you a supervisor? Nope. Okay. What's your name and badge number?
It's Officer Staley.
Officer Staley?
Staley?
How do you spell that?
Like Stanley without the N.
Okay. What's your badge number? 63. Awesome. Thank you. Who's the highest rank out here out of you three? No one? None of you?
We're all the same.
Is this the supervisor? Eating
Yep.
on state property. That's you guys' jurisdiction, not his. You think I'm just somebody you come out here? I know my laws, I know my rights.
Okay, good for you.
And I'm literally standing on my rights. There's not a damn thing you can do about it. You have no authority over me. You're gonna go bully somebody, you go bully somebody else. You ain't gonna bully me.
Just telling you not to.
I can film anything I want, anything I can see in public. Anything my eyes can see, I can film. It's not the law. No, I'm not inside the courthouse.
You're within the court property.
I'm not inside the courthouse.
Okay.
This gentleman
so,
right here said, as long as I'm not inside the courthouse, I'm fine. Got it on
Okay,
video.
so that's fine. But walking around the courthouse, filming trooper cars, filming vehicles, you don't think that's not suspicious? That's the only reason I
think
came
it's
out to find out who
suspicious
you are.
I think it's suspicious the way you came out here barking orders.
'Cause
You
I
have
wanna
no
know who you
authority
are.
over me. You don't need to know who I am. It's none of your business.
Okay.
Sorry, what's your Grims? What's
Grimes.
your name?
Grimes, sir.
Grimes.
Yes.
And your badge number?
K20.
Awesome. You said 20?
20. 20.
20. Awesome. Thanks, man.
What's your name?
I'm not giving you my name. Not after the interaction I just had. I would have, but
No, you wouldn't have. That's the first thing I asked you to identify
now
yourself.
when
and
you
you
come
said,
out barking
we're done.
orders at me, yeah,
Come
you
back
go
up
ahead
here
and go
again.
back to work. You're dismissed.
Now the situation changes when additional officers arrive on the scene. The mood immediately becomes more professional and controlled. Names and badge numbers are exchanged in a calm and respectful way. One officer clearly states that there is no legal requirement to provide identification in this situation. Another confirms that the person filming is allowed to be there, as long as he stays outside the courthouse area. With that, the confusion disappears. What was unclear moments before becomes straightforward. The first officer's earlier approach is no longer supported by the others, and it becomes clear that the issue was not the law, but how it was being interpreted. The citizen remains consistent the entire time. His actions do not change, and neither does the law. What has changed is the behavior of the officer once supervision and accountability are present. The earlier pressure and threats fade away. There is no arrest, no trespass action, and no charges. This is where accountability becomes visible. It does not happen automatically. It appears when more eyes are on the situation.
I ain't putting up with you today.
Hey, sir.
It ain't happening.
Can I have a conversation with you?
This guy just... No, the whole thing escalated because he came out screaming. He was supposed to be at like 9, like you are here at like 4. He came out here at 100. Straight off the bat. I'm not putting up with it today. I have every right to be here. You and all you guys know it. I'm outside the courthouse.
I'm not here to tell you.
I was
you have
told,
to
I'm
leave.
going to explain to you what I was just told.
Absolutely.
By that gentleman on the left right there.
Okay.
He told me as long as I'm not in the courthouse, I'm fine. And then I come over here, these signs say this right here, right? Is that correct? I can't go down there? That's true for parking. Well, parking, technically I can go down there by law, but I'm not going to go down there because I'm not trying to start no.
Yeah, that's
but
probably good.
this over here,
So,
is there any reason for me not to be over here? Exactly. Thank you very much. Why don't you go tell that tyrant right there to do his job and go back in the courthouse?
there's no reason to call names and stuff.
After the way I was just treated,
Well,
dude,
I'm not treating you that
I'm
way.
actually being calm compared to the way I was just treated. I will not be bullied.
Okay, so what
I'm
is?
a man standing here with a
Do
camera.
you mind me asking what your intent is here?
What does it look like my intent is?
I honestly have no
What
idea.
what am I doing? Let's see.
Seems like you're here to rile people up and see what kind of
I didn't
reaction
say
you
nothing to nobody. I was quietly filming the outside of this building.
Mhm.
The only interaction I had was with this gentleman. It worked out perfect. He said, as long as you're not in the courthouse, you're fine. I walked around over there. I walked around over here.
Okay.
That's it. I haven't interacted with anybody. Every time I had an interaction, I was approached.
get. Okay.
So how is that me looking for a confrontation?
I can't imagine any other reason to stand out here and film the courthouse, but
I'm
that's
a journalist
fine. I mean,
gathering content for a story for possible dissent.
Now focus on the reason being given. It's not based on any clear law, just the word suspicious. That's the justification being used. Filming government vehicles, walking around a public building, or simply being present with a camera is being treated as reason for concern. But that standard is vague and subjective. Suspicion is a personal judgment. Rights are not. The person filming clearly explains why he is there. To document, observe, and report. That explanation goes beyond what is legally required in this kind of situation. Still, it is dismissed by the officer who is unwilling to accept being questioned at its core. This is not about safety. It is about the difference between authority and accountability. One side expects automatic obedience. The other insists on following the law as written. Only one of those approaches aligns with legal standards.
sounds good to me.
I have the First Amendment right to be here. If
Well,
I can
that's
see it,
not
if
actually
I
your
can see it,
First Amendment.
actually
right?
it is the member of the press. I have the right to film and disseminate information to the public.
No.
Information on this building, information on you guys.
Hmm.
If you don't think so, you might want to look up some case law, bro.
I'm just saying, I
First
don't believe
Amendment
that falls
of
under
the
the
Alaska
First Amendment.
Constitution even says that.
But, okay, that's fine. I'm not here to argue over the amendments. I don't.
Well, he's
I'm not-
trying to
I don't think
demand
you're
my ID.
violating any of
He's
them.
trying to demand my ID, and I'm telling you that's not going to happen. You guys are going to arrest
So
me.
here's the
If
thing.
you guys, I'm
Do
just
you
going to tell you
know-
right now.
Hold
if
on,
you guys
hold
are
on.
gonna
Hey,
arrest
hey,
me,
hey.
you guys go ahead and arrest me because I'm not
Can I
leaving
talk?
until I'm done. Go ahead.
Can I talk? So, I don't see any reason to identify you right now. Okay. However,
Go
I'm
back
not-
to work, dude.
Dude, stop. Why are you talking to him?
Yeah,
Hey,
tyrant. You're
do you
dismissed.
see what you're doing? You're
Walk
trying to
the
rile
scene.
him up.
Oh, he just pissed me off.
Yeah, but you're riling him
How am I
up.
not supposed to be upset when he came out here demanding
You
my
can
ID
be
and everything
upset,
else?
but there's
Okay.
no reason. He's walking
Okay,
away.
yeah, he
There's
is
no
walking
reason for
away.
you to
I
sit
have
out here
the
and
last
call him
word,
names.
'cause That's my prerogative.
So you have to have the last
Are
word.
you his
Sounds like
boss?
you're an instigator.
No, you guys are together. I'm an instigator, huh? Yeah, so you're one of those, aren't you?
What?
You're one of those. Why don't you just go back to work, bro?
What do you think I'm doing right now?
Right now, go back to work. You're dismissed.
Dude, you are fine.
Gosh.
Here's the key takeaway, and it really matters. This situation did not end in arrest because there was no legal basis for one. Instead, it ended with the officer stepping back, changing course, and the situation losing momentum. The officer who started off aggressively was ultimately corrected by other officers and brought back in line with proper procedure. This is why understanding your rights is so important. When those in authority are unsure of the law, or choose to ignore it, the only real protection you have is knowing the rules and having a record of what happens. Cameras do not create problems. They simply show what is already happening. And rights are not a threat to safety. They are what make fair treatment possible. The message is simple. Stay calm, stay steady, and document what takes place.